Well, obviously it must be working, because if I'm doing my math right, you've been here 7 years now. Okay.
This will be my 8th whenever we get to go.
Yeah, hopefully we can play soon, your 8th season. But in those 7 years, you've been to 4 state title games. 2 as a head coach, 2 as assistant coach. You're 2-0 as a head coach.
Right, yeah.
What keeps you motivated, man? What drives you to, I mean, you're already at that pinnacle that a lot of coaches strive for their whole career. What keeps you going?
Oh, just, coming in every day and seeing how hard these kids work, and to know that if I take a day off or if I'm lazy one day, that they're going to call me out on it, and they're going to continue to do it. And, we always preach about, our kids is getting better every day. So, if we're not showing that as an example, then why are you coaching?
My mission is to travel the state of North Carolina to meet my fellow high school football coaches and to get to know them more on a personal level, and to bring that personal side of these coaches to you, to see that there is more to these coaches than just Friday nights under those bright lights. Let's get on the road. Hey, Coach Willard here. We're going to be traveling the roads in North Carolina to bring you a closer look to these gentlemen making those calls underneath those Friday night lights. Today we're heading down to Weddington, and we're going to meet up with their head coach, Andy Capone. Coach Capone's been there for 2 years and has a record of 31-1. Oh, and by the way, 2 state titles. So let's get down the road and learn a little bit more about the man steering the ship at Weddington. Let's roll. I'm very excited to head to Weddington here to meet Coach Capone. I met Coach Capone about 2 years ago down in Raleigh. We were meeting because it was the media day for the state championship game, and he came up and introduced himself to me. So, I mean, I'm just very excited to learn more about Andy and become more of a friend to him, and understand more about what he does here at Weddington, because his record's unbelievable. Plus, I'm hoping to steal some coaching ideas and some ideas to make my program even better today. Coach Capone, how we doing, man?
What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me down here at Weddington, man.
Appreciate you making the drive
man,
down.
This is all first time I've ever been here, man.
Yeah, it's a special
this school,
place.
It is unbelievable. This bridge, I've done some research. This bridge is awesome right here. It's pretty cool thing here.
I walk down it 4 or 5 times a day with my classes and obviously going to practice for games. So
this is awesome. But I met you about 2 years ago,
Yep.
but I want to really dive deep and get to know you a little bit better. I want people
Awesome.
to get to know you a little bit better. But let's go way back. You're not way back, because you're still a lot younger than me. But let's talk about your high school years. Where you went to high school? Did you play sports?
Right.
What was that experience like?
yeah, so I went to Sun Valley, 12 minutes down the road. It's a rival of Weddington's actually. So I played quarterback there. Played baseball there as well. So we were decent. Made some playoff runs. Didn't win one. So my junior year I actually lost to Kernersville Glen. In the first round, 35-28. I'll never forget it. So I threw for 440 yards and we lost. So that one stung.
Bank defense.
Yeah. And then senior year we got beat by Mooresville in the first round. So I'll never forget those. But after high school, went to App State. Walked on the baseball team there. Pitched a few innings. Didn't do very well. So, but it was a great time there. And then. The D coordinator, Tim Carson, who was at Sun Valley when I was there playing, became the head coach here at Weddington, and he got me down here to student teach, and I've been here ever since. So
that's how your connection was.
That's a connection. It's all about connections.
So now, do you remember where me and you first met?
Oh yeah.
About 2 years ago?
2 years ago, state championship press conference up in Raleigh at Carter Finley. So.
Yeah, down there at NC State, man.
That's right.
I remember I was riding down with my principal, Am I ADL and plaster? You know, stomach turn. I don't know what to expect.
Me
You
neither.
know, it's both of our first time. You remember coming in, you go in, you got on that elevator, and I think we went up to the 3rd or 4th floor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's going on in your mind there? The first time, I mean, you've been a head coach for 1 year.
Yeah. So that was my first year.
And you're going, what's going on in your mind right now?
Well, first I was upset because I had to wear a suit, you know, and I had to get my tie ready and all that. So, you know, and then obviously, you know, I think it's an overwhelming feeling because you're not at school that day. You know, you're having to rely on, you know, make sure the assistant coaches are ready if you're going to be late to practice. And it was actually that Wednesday because it was a snowstorm. Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't on the Monday.
So we had practiced 2 days, and then, you know, Wednesday's kind of our big day to get ready. And, you know, I was like, I got to get back in time. So it was a whole bunch of emotions, and really not knowing what to expect, and obviously walking in and seeing, you know, all these big time coaches with, you know, the pedigrees that they had was somewhat intimidating.
It was.
You know, and,
I was intimidated.
You know, did I bring them the helmet that they needed? Did I bring this? And just freaking out and worrying about it. Then the second year, I actually forgot our helmets, so I did forget something the second year. Yeah, I was like, oh no.
Man, I wish I would have known that. I would have got you at the press conference, man.
So it was a lot of emotions, but you know, it was an awesome thing, and you know, just getting to know all the coaches. I mean, getting to know you, and here we are now. You know, it shows, you know, how awesome these coaches are in North Carolina, and you know, just the community feeling and the brotherhood.
It is a great. It almost, I don't know, and I don't want to step on people's toes, but it's almost like you were putting in another brotherhood when we got there, because the coaches we met there, like you said, I was in awe. I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, I was already nervous about the state stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then you meet all these guys. I mean,
They've done a lot more than we have.
Yeah, so. A lot more than us combined, but it was a great time. But I look forward today to learn more about your great program, this wonderful school, and just being here for the first time. It's beautiful. So let's head on to the stadium.
Let's do it.
All right. All right, Coach, so let's talk what got you to Weddington here, okay? I know Coach Tim Carson, I believe was his name, kind of got you. I believe one of the crazy stories is you were actually doing your student teaching here, and then that was your first year coaching also. Can you kind of, these past 7 years, kind of give us a little, you know, what it was like student teaching into becoming the head coach here at Weddington?
Yeah, so actually I was supposed to student teach. So I was student teaching in the fall because I was playing baseball. So I was supposed to student teach up in Blowing Rock, and Coach Carson called me and said, hey, I got a job for you. I said, well, I'm not even graduated yet. You know, he said, well, we can get you here student teaching. You know, and then, you know, something happened, and I went to my student teaching lady and said, look, I got a chance to go down to Weddington and student teach. I can live at home. And App had never really had a contract with Union County, so they had to draw up a contract just for me. And
oh wow!
They made it work. So you know, I talked to the baseball coach, told him that I was gonna, you know, not play my last year. I was gonna come here. I just thought it was a great opportunity. Came in, so I was student teaching in the fall, you know, and coaching running backs, helping with running backs, and it was a lot on me. I was very overwhelmed at times. You know, I'd have to miss a practice here and there to go meet with my student teaching advisor in Charlotte. So it was definitely different, you know, but it was a great experience. And Coach Carson and Coach Poole, I actually student taught for Coach Poole, who was the baseball coach, because Carson was during the season. So those two, and Coach Lyerly, Claire Lyerly, she's our softball coach. That's the PE department. They actually took 4 classes that whole semester, so none of them had a planning period, just so they could get me in and keep that spot open for me. So they've done a lot for me, and obviously I'm appreciative of it. So, but it was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth the time and obviously the sacrifice.
So besides Coach Carlson, who else has been some coaches that have been really impactful into your life? You know, especially maybe as a player, and being a younger head football coach.
So, you know, like I said, Coach Poole, I coached baseball here for 5 years when I was assistant as well. So he's been awesome, and we, you know, just bouncing ideas and seeing, even though it's a different sport, seeing how he does it compared to Coach Carson and this and that was awesome. You know, and I played for Scott Stein, so he was a long time here. He was a Shrine Bowl coach, and he was awesome. So this is the offense that he kind of ran. We're running it now. You know, we've obviously added our things here and there, but he's one that, you know, we talk to daily. He came to 3 of our games, and he comes on he's going to be on our weekly Bible studies now. So, you know, he's one of those guys that I really look up to, and just everybody, just bouncing ideas off everybody. I mean, like I said, we've talked about the coaching profession and kind of the family that it is. And, there's guys, we just bounce ideas off, weekly, daily. Hey, what would you do here, this and that, so I think it's just a great community, and everybody's been very, very opening and welcoming and not afraid to share ideas.
Well, obviously it must be working, because if I'm doing my math right, you've been here 7 years now. Okay.
This will be my 8th whenever we get to go.
Yeah, hopefully we can play soon, your 8th season. But in those 7 years, you've been to 4 state title games. 2 as a head coach, 2 as assistant coach. You're 2-0 as a head coach.
Right. Yeah.
What keeps you motivated, man? What drives you to? I mean, you're already at that pinnacle that a lot of coaches strive for their whole career. What keeps you going?
Oh, just coming in every day and seeing how hard these kids work, and to know that if I take a day off or if I'm lazy one day, that they're going to call me out on it. And they're going to continue to do it. And we always preach about our kids is getting better every day. So if we're not showing that as an example, then why are you coaching? And the championships are great, but our goal is to get kids into college and make them better young men and all that. So each day, we strive for that as a staff. But yeah, it's been surreal, going. I think my second year is the year we went to the state championship, and I was like, this is crazy. And then, we lost that one to Northern Guilford, and then going back 2 years later and playing at Wake Forest, and, got that one over Eastern Guilford. And then, my first year being a head coach, and next thing you know, we're 15-1 in state champs. And, so people ask, like, oh, you went 15-1 in your first year and won a state championship. How are you going to top that? I said, I guess we got to go undefeated next year and do it. And we did. So, but it's something where, I just come to work every day, and I love the game. I love the kids, and I love, we have a great staff and support staff with our athletic director, our principals, and all that. So it's something that I just love doing it. And each day we want to get better, a little bit better every day. And, if I'm not doing that, then why are my kids going to follow me and believe in me? So, we preach it, and we preach it. So we got to be able to back it up as well.
All right, so now I know you're new in the game. I've been doing this for almost 30 years.
You don't look like it, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
You look like a spring chicken.
Hey, man, I might give you a hug if it wasn't Corona season. But I've been a head coach for 18 years, and as your coaching career goes on, we call guys dudes at East, like those special guys, the guys that they just come along every once in a while. I've had Christian Beal, Madison Cone, a bunch of guys, like that. We got Michael Crowell leaving. We got guys that, Garrison Duncan, that have done it. You have this kid named Will Shipley, man. And I've heard so much about him. And the first time I saw him, I'll tell you when, was at Wake Forest.
Yep.
And I believe you guys were scrimmaging
West Forsyth
and Coach Snow. And I remember that joker going around the edge. I was like, man, that guy's fast. And then you hit something like a trap or something up the middle, and he took it about 75. I said, this kid is a dude. Yep. But not only that, I heard he's a great kid. Can you tell me a little bit about how honored and blessed you've been to coach him?
Oh, man. I mean, he's done so much for this program, and really for me starting out as a head coach. I mean, the family's a great family. I coach his older brother too. He's at Penn playing lacrosse right now. UPenn, Ivy League, but that's just who they are. They're as special as they come. He's always putting everybody else in the team first, and it's just he's just built different, and he's a leader on the field, off the field. He's somebody everybody wants to have a part of, knowing the kid, and he's just as special as he is on the field. What he does off the field is even more, leading Bible studies for our team during these tough times, and training younger kids and helping out with whichever he can. He'll call me and just ask, what can I do, what can we do, what do you think about this, and just such a special kid. And he's one of the hardest workers you ever see. I know everybody says that about their kids, but to see what this kid does at a first firsthand basis, it's special. And I know Clemson's got a great one coming, and whether he plays it for us ever again, or goes and plays in the orange, I just can't wait to watch the kid run the ball again. And he's everybody thought he was a receiver next level. I said, no, he's 200 pounds right now of pure just dude, and I can look out on that field and just remember some of his most special runs, and just, you know, you just look back at you know, what he's done in 3 years here, and it's unbelievable. So, and he's the most selfless kid. I mean,
those kids you just love.
There's games where he touches the ball 4 times because we get up early, and you know, other kids that of his pedigree would be yelling, "I need the ball more," and he's the biggest cheerleader. You know, I think the first time I ever really yelled at him, he got a 15-yard penalty for going to celebrate with somebody off the sideline, and I was like, I can't really get mad at you for that. You just want to be part of it. So I could talk about him for hours and days, and I know I have, because everybody wants to know about him. But if you ever get the chance to meet him, you know, he's a life changer. So
I was kind of disappointed because, you know, I'm on the Shrine Bowl staff,
Yeah.
and I was hoping we were going to try to invite him. You know, hopefully so I'm kind of a little bummed out because I've heard so many from you and other people. You know, it just makes coaching special to have kids like that.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of these kids, you know, he's invited to all those All-American Bowls. You know, you know, they would forego the Shrine Bowl, but you know, he told me, he's like, if I get the chance to play, he said, I want to play. You know, I'm going to Clemson in South Carolina, but I'm at North Carolina. I want to prove that North Carolina has great football. He said, I want to do my part in it. So, you would have fell in love with him over that week, and you know, obviously, I'm just fortunate to have coached him for 3 years, and his brother for 4 years, and be part of that. And you know, hopefully, you know, I hope we get another year with him. But obviously, whatever decision he makes, it's his decision, and I'm going to support him 100%. And you know, his first game at Clemson is going to be versus Georgia at the Bank of America Stadium. So you bet I'll be there tuned in. Oh yeah,
Hey,
I'm not going to miss that one.
Since we're getting to know each other, I could use a ticket, maybe.
Yeah, hey, let me know. So
All
we'll
right,
come down.
I'm holding you on that.
Yeah, I've already said I just need to find a way to get on the sideline. So no, he's I can't wait to see what he does. You know, he's as good as he is now. He's going to get better because nobody's going to outwork him.
So I got another crazy stat. I've done a lot of research just because I've been getting to know you and all that. So in the 7 years here, correct me if I'm wrong, you've practiced on Thanksgiving.
7 straight years.
7, and a lot of people in other states, they don't. So I'm from Wisconsin. Football's done by the time Thanksgiving rolls. But in North Carolina, that's one of the main goals, is to have that Thanksgiving, best thing ever. The morning practice. I don't know if you guys do. We feed our kids afterwards.
So we go at like.
But tell us about that experience and what makes it so special in North Carolina.
It means you're one of the last 8.
That's
so
right.
It means you're pretty darn good no matter what. You know, and so we practice, and we'll go at about 8 to 8:30. Parents we'll either practice here or at the turf field that we get access to if we need it. Parents will be in there setting up, and just a potluck, and you know, our kids will come in about 10:30. We'll eat, and just, you know, it's just fellowship with these guys, and that's what it's all about. You know, but it's just, you know, you wake up and you know it's Thanksgiving. You know, you got 3 big-time football games. You got a huge meal coming with your family. You know, but before that, you get to go practice and get ready for, you know, the game the next day. And at that point, like I said, you're playing a really good team, but you're just, you know, you look back and you watch those guys as they're warming up or as they're leaving the field to go eat or as they're eating, you know, you just can't help but feel blessed and understand, like, it's more than just football, and it's what you're bringing with these guys. So this will be the first year in a long time that you know, we won't practice on Thanksgiving. So maybe I have to go run like a half marathon or something that they're doing. But it's definitely a special time, and I think you know, when you look back at it, it's like, this is why we do it, and this is why, you know, this is why we love what we do, and it's definitely something that we strive for. You know, our goals are always to win the first game, win the next game, win the conference, and then play on Thanksgiving. You know, and that's something we set out every year, and we've just been fortunate enough to be practicing on Thanksgiving.
There's no doubt there's nothing more special than practicing on Thanksgiving. It's great for the kids, and the family gets to be around and all that.
Oh yeah, and it's just
it's a special thing about high school football that a lot of people don't understand. It's more than just the Friday night lights. You know, that a lot of communities are families, you know, and what better way than to spend it on Thanksgiving together, you know? Yeah,
you know, the time where, you know, it's about giving thanks, and, you know, it shows how thankful you are for, you know, your community and your players and the families that support you through thick and thin and all that. So it's definitely something that, you know, you just kind of look back and say how thankful and blessed and you know, in a good situation you can be if you have that chance to. If nobody's ever had it, you know, when they get there, you'll realize why we're talking about it for so long. So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, so now another interesting fact here. At Warrior Nation here, I see looking across the field. Oh yeah. So where your press box is, we're sitting in the visitors side,
right.
Correct?
Yep. So it's a little different. So I think last year's state championship was the first game that we haven't had the chains on our side in 7 years. So,
Really?
so because they're across the press box, so
Yeah.
I get the chains every game. So I'm pretty used to it now. Thankfully, I've never tripped over it, but
I never even thought of that.
I feel like I have the keen eye, whether it's a first down or not, every time. So yeah, so our stands are a little bit bigger on that side, so we're over there, and Warrior Nation's packed on Friday nights, and we're a little delayed this year, but whenever we get back and Warrior Nation can be at full capacity, we're ready to crank it up again. But it was a little different when I first got here and getting used to the chains every game. So, but again, we felt like we're lucky if obviously if the chains are on our side, that means we're still playing. So. It's special, and it's a little different to us, and it's funny, like when we're in the playoffs and we have these schools that really don't know anything about Weddington, and they're like, what do you mean that's the visitor side? And we're like, it's how we are, and I guess we're a little weird with it, but I think we embrace it the best we can and move forward with it.
All right, so now we're walking out here. Your blood's got to be pumping. Oh, yeah. The juices are flowing a little bit. You see Warrior Nation. We're at about the I mean, as a coach, right now here, I've never been to, it's crazy. You look up here at the press box. What's going on through your mind, man?
A little sadness because we should be playing today. We would have played our first game, but like I said, it is what it is. So we got to get ready for hopefully February. So, but this is a special place, and on Friday nights, Warrior Nation's full effect, and we run out of the tunnel, and you kick it off, and you just can't help but get jitters. So I'll probably go home and watch some game film of last year. The big games, the Charlotte Catholics, the Wataugas, Northwest Cabarruses in the playoffs, where it was packed. So it's a special place to be, and if anybody has the chance to come by on Friday nights, they'll get their money's worth.
So what's it mean to you personally to be the leader of this program right now?
It means a lot. I think at the end of the day, I want our kids, when they leave our program, to be a better person. And we push them, we're hard on them, and we expect a lot of them, and we tell them that they're at a higher standard than other kids. But I think they embrace it. They do a great job, and we also tell them how much we love them daily, and how better they're going to be for it. And at the end of the day, I want them to be ready for college, be ready for, if they go to military, be ready for the workforce, because life isn't always easy, and I think 2020 has shown that.
No doubt about it.
But they fought through adversity and all that, and at the end of the day, I think they're going to be better people for it. But it means a lot to me. I mean, it's a great community. I mean, this school's been here like 20 years, so we're still growing it, and I think the success that we've had the last couple of years has really opened the eyes of people, and I think on Friday nights, this is where they want to be, and we want to keep that going.
Okay, so you say 20 years. This place has been here 20 years.
Yep.
Okay, you're a young coach here, okay? Head coach, where do you see yourself 20 years, 25 years from now? What are some goals maybe you have, or what are you hoping?
I know
it might be a tough question.
Yeah, no, it's tough. People have asked me that before, and I'm going to leave it in God's hands and know that He's got a plan for everybody. If I'm here for 30 years and can really leave a mark at Weddington and continue some success here, then that'd be great. My parents live 5 miles away, so they're here every Friday night, and it's a great community to be in. If God tells me there's somewhere else I need to go, then I'll be fine with that too. But at the end of the day, when somebody leaves a football program or a team coached by me, I want to make sure that they're good young men, that they can say, I love them every day, we appreciate them every day, and that they're going to be better for where they were when they came into our program and where they left. So whether it be here or anywhere else, but in North Carolina there's nothing better than here. I know I'm saying that to you, and you got a great setup too up there, but this is an unbelievable place with the community, the support, and obviously the kids and what they do in the classroom and on the field.
All right, so we're going to our 2-minute drill.
All right.
Okay, Coach, I know you guys practice this all the time. You got no timeouts left. Okay. We got 9 questions. My number football in high school is 9, so that's why I go with the 9 questions. Here we go. Your favorite position to coach?
O-line.
Favorite offensive play?
Power.
Base guy or blitz guy?
Send them all.
I like it.
That's favorite coach offense.
Favorite college team?
Oh man, I guess App State. I just like good college football, but I'm an App State guy, so go Nears.
What's your favorite TV show?
Oh, The Office.
Where's your favorite vacation spot?
That I've been to or I want to go to?
Either.
Hawaii.
All right.
Or Cabo. Cabo would be fun.
Are you a truck guy or a car guy?
Truck.
All right. Do you drink coffee or no coffee?
3 cups of black coffee a morning.
All right, I love me too. And the biggest one I need to know in case I play you, are you going to kick off or are you going to receive?
I'll kick.
All right, there's 2 minutes. All right, so now we're to my favorite part, the coach's challenge.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I found out you were a quarterback and baseball guy, so I know you had this great arm, okay?
We'll see.
So what we're going to do is we ain't going to bring out footballs. We're going to bring out some golf clubs.
Oh boy.
And we're going to do a chip shot. I got my
boy.
daughter's hula hoop, and we're going to take a chip shot. Now I heard you might be a little iffy on the golf course, but I heard you're getting better.
I'm trying. So I tried to pick it up during quarantine. So I've played I think 4 rounds of golf in my life. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, let's go hit the links.
Let's get it.
All right, here we go, Coach. You want the 8-iron or the wedge? I'll let you pick
take the
that.
wedge.
All right, you got the wedge. I'm gonna go first.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to put some pressure.
All right.
Now we're just trying to get as close to that hoop as possible.
Okay. All right.
Now I'd like to put it in the hoop, but I doubt I can. Now,
I've been playing for 4 weeks. So.
Okay, I haven't played for like 4 years, so if you lose to me now, this is gonna be tough.
I just don't want to embarrass myself.
Oh man, I hope I don't hit that camera back there. This is an 8-iron. This is how I golf in real life. My brother's cringing right now.
Oh boy.
Oh, that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. Here we go.
Oh man, I'm in trouble.
There you go. Just so you know, no pressure now.
That was pretty good.
No pressure. And I haven't played in 4 years. You've been playing the last 4 weeks now.
Yeah, but I had never picked up a club before then. So.
Put this in here. Hit that ping in the middle right there.
Oh boy.
There we go. Once again, another wonderful coach's challenge won. Hey, I appreciate you having us here at Weddington.
It was a blast.
This has been awesome, man. Thank you so
anytime.
much. I appreciate it. Hey, catch us next time when we go down the road to meet another great high school football coach in the great state of North Carolina. Until then, keep on making plays.